Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside Out Smile. I'm your host Dr. Amber Q, and I've been thinking recently about getting older, and I find it incredible that times have changed so much, but I feel as if every generation probably feels the same, to be honest. And obviously I'm not every generation, I'm just myself in the generation that I was born into. And I see the students demonstrating on campuses throughout universities, and I'm so proud of them. I mean, I've said that before, but it's incredible, isn't it? Because I was told when I was young, I mean, we see it, don't we? When you're younger, you see older people sort of saying, oh, enjoy your life, and oh, I wish I was your age, or when I was your age, etc. And I think we all go through time and we all have different challenges. So I feel that each generation has had its own has its own challenges. And of course, for the upcoming generations, what is the climate going to be like for them? What is the planet going to be like? And what is humanity going to be like? And I think really, as we see so many politicians speaking such empty and hypocritical words, we also see the upcoming generation at university speaking the truth and being authentic. And for me, really, it's just incredible, isn't it? Because I think if I never realized, obviously, what things were going to be like in my sort of adult life when I was a child. And I wonder whether my parents realized. Of course, they didn't realize. They didn't know how the world was going to change. And yet there are all these world events that obviously contribute to change. And it depends, I guess, on how switched on your parents are or what visionaries they are. But who would have known the advent of AI, I guess, right? And people are parents, or parents are people that just have kids. They have kids, they bring them up, they try to do their best. But I don't know. I just feel that, the world has really changed. And I see when I speak to sort of my coachees, I really want to kind of give them a hug, really, and just give them the confidence to pursue their dreams and just their goals and their aspirations. And it's so interesting, isn't it, that so many people are held back by lack of confidence. And yet, as one ages, and when that same person who's been held back by lack of confidence, when that person is older, I wonder if they're going to look back and think, oh, I wish I'd done that, I should have done that. Or whether they'll think, oh, I wish I'd had the confidence to do that, but of course I didn't, and I still don't. I don't know, so I guess that could happen in terms of a scenario. And when I think back about my life, I don't know. I feel that I was ambitious. I was I was confident in seeking what I wanted, but I could have been more confident. I could have been more confident. And also, I think when you're in the rat race of the 9 to 5, now, obviously, it's different for different people, but when you are in the medical profession, the dental profession, veterinary medicine, and I guess law as well, or maybe accountancy as well. But when you're in those professions, it is very stressful, and I'd still define it as the rat race, because you become so consumed with your hospital department. I mean, I think a lot of people in the medical profession, and certainly I'm sure it's the same in veterinary medicine as well, anything in the health profession, or in healthcare, I think it is very geared towards, obviously it's always about the patient's best interest, but it's very kind of tunnel vision, especially when you're in a hospital, and I guess in a practice as well, you're working towards budgets, etc. So it's interesting, isn't it, how we can become lost within that. And the years just pass by, because if you're trying to be the best that you can be for your patients, you're just constantly studying. So when I think about a lot of my life, it has been just studying, improving, trying to be the best for patients. And although that has its own sweetness to it, as I think one ages, you just realize that, I don't know. I don't even know, because do I have regrets? I don't know that I do, but I feel that, I think hindsight is a great thing, but I feel that certainly I could have had more confidence in certain realms of my life, or certain facets of my life. And I see that in younger people now, and I want to do what I can to help them along, because whether that confidence is, in one's professional life or personal life, we all have different facets where our insecurities show through, really. And and I don't know. And so I think, getting older, I never thought that I would witness a genocide. My God, it's just beyond comprehension. And this is me saying it. I'm not even living it. I don't even have sort of relatives that are affected by it. So it's just, I don't know. It's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? Because as a child, you just think, we're so innocent as children. We think that, and that innocence is reality. We think that everyone's the same and everyone should be treated, in the same way. And to be honest, that is reality, in the sense that, we are all brothers and sisters in humanity, and it's unbearable to even see what's happening, let alone, I don't know, to experience it, firsthand, secondhand, via relatives. It's just, I don't know, it's just unfathomable, really, I don't know. And so I just think that as I'm getting older, I want to instill, I guess, the lessons that I wish I'd known, even though no matter, knowing that time flies by, and I don't know, and that youth and health is a blessing. But even so, it just whizzes by. It just whizzes by. And so to all my listeners now, you are at this very moment in time as young as you will ever be. And I don't want to say as healthy as you will ever be, because the thing is that isn't necessarily related to age. It's dependent upon your lifestyle factors. But this point in time is time, we only ever have the present. We don't know if the future is promised to us. So we should make the most of it. We should be authentic. We should use sincerity to guide us rather than empty words, which we're seeing with certain facets of, certainly certain governments. And I think that's the best way, really, to move forward, is to appreciate, as one of my friends said to me, that, if we have the honour of growing older, because, of course, so many people aren't afforded that privilege across the world. And, of course, that reminds me of an Islamic hadith, and that essentially is, take advantage of 5 before 5. Your youth before your old age, your health before your sickness, your wealth before your poverty, your free time before your busyness, and your life before your death. And that's a saying of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. And so it's so interesting, isn't it, when we look at those facets. I was speaking to a young girl today who has MS, and it was really making me think, we can become, time flies by so quickly. And even though we know when we're younger that, life does pass quickly, it just I don't know, it still just goes by really quickly. Of course, we never know when we're going to become sick. We never know when we're going to pass away. And we can just get caught up in the busyness of life, you know. Some people have wealth in terms of monetary gains. Some people have wealth in terms of family and friends. You know, it depends on how you look at wealth. But yeah, so I think a lot of lessons to learn, and all, you know, I don't know, in the context of seeing a genocide unravel before us, and you know, and just seeing everything taken away from people, but those people still retaining their faith. And that's everything, because this life is short, it is temporary, and eternity is forever. So until the next episode, let's all create connection and not just change lives, but save lives.